These headlights have sat in the Florida sun for 20 years, baking and ultimately fading the clear coat. The result is frosted glass from a 1990s bathroom. Headlights are supposed to help you see in the dark, but mine look like they belong on the bottom of the ocean. So today, for less than the price of lunch, I'm going to fix them. Yes, you can buy new housings, but at $400 a piece, that's a non-starter. So all it takes is $20 and a bit of elbow grease, and they'll be looking like new. The kit I'm going to be using today is this Sylvania Headlight Restoration Kit. 3 simple steps: preparing, sanding, polishing, and clear coat. I don't fancy racing stripes made out of 1000 grit sandpaper, so it's just easier to take them off. 4 Torx fits and 1 plug. One T27 is all it takes. And just like that, the headlight slides out. With the headlight out, I can get it set up on my workbench, ready for the restoration. Makes it a lot easier to work with, and it lets you get in all of the edges and little nooks and crannies that you see around the sides. This gives you a better idea of just how hazy the headlights are. So let's get this kit opened up and see what we have to work with. Various sandpapers ranging from 2000 all the way to 400. We have our surface activator that we're going to use to prep the surface. Compound that's going to be used to basically clarify the lens once we've sanded it, and of course our clear coat. So the first step is the surface activator. Being careful not to use all of it, as we'll need it at the end of step 2. We'll let that sit for about 30 seconds. You can already see it start to work in removing some of the corrosion. Once that's sat for about 30 seconds, we're going to go ahead and rinse it off with some soapy water. Then we'll take a clean microfiber and wipe it down. Now we can move on to sanding. Starting with the 400, moving up to 1000 and finishing with the 2000. You're going to sand with the 400 until there's no more yellowing and there's a nice even haze. Now you'll want to do this until it's smooth to the touch with that fine white haze. Yeah. When you're happy that there's no more yellowing or any pits or burrs left, you can move on. Using nice circular motions, I've gone ahead and sanded down all the way through from 400, 1000 and 2000. And that's left a nice even haze throughout the headlight. It's smooth to the touch and most importantly, dry in most places. We can then move on to the compound. The compound is what's going to clarify these headlights and remove this even haziness that we've created with the sandpaper. It should be completely smooth to the touch. So we'll open up this packet of compound and we're going to take one of these white paper towels that they gave us. Applying a glob to the towel, we're going to use the same circular motions that we did with the sandpaper. Now it does say to wet. You're going to work this into the surface as evenly as possible. After about 5 minutes of compounding, we're going to spray it down again, rinse it completely. And you can already see a huge difference. This is a massively satisfying process to go through yourself. Even just after compounding, you can tell the difference. Now, as it starts to dry up, it will become a little bit more hazy. That's okay, that's typical. Water refracts the light and makes it look smooth. That's where the clear coat comes in. But for now, we're going to apply the surface prep one more time, rinsing it thoroughly. With a healthy dose of surface activator, it's now going to clean the headlight completely of any debris that we've created from the compound, the sanding, whatever. It's going to be clean, ready for that UV blocking clear coat. After 30 seconds is up, give it a rinse. Now you'll want to use gloves for this part. This clear coat can be some pretty nasty stuff. You'll take your clear coat and you're going to apply it to the folded edge of this blue towel. Now it does recommend doing both headlights together, but we're just going to do this one to show the differences between the two. You're going to re-soak along the way to make sure you've got an even coating and it's going on evenly across the headlight. Making sure to overlap each stroke. Once you see it become a little thinner, add some more. God, you can really smell how strong this is. Overlapping each previous edge, make sure you get a nice, even coat. More is always better. And what a difference that makes. It's quite literally night and day. We've gone from all of this hazy yellowness, pits and burrs, to nice and clean. Now it goes without saying, don't touch this. About an hour for it to set. Once it has, you'll be fine to go ahead, put your headlights back on or unmask the area. Now, to repeat the steps with this one, we're going to turn this into this. And then you have it. Headlights completely restored. We've gone from hazy to clear with maybe an hour's work and about $20. That's all it takes. We've just saved ourselves 500 bucks. Now, with the headlight behind me curing, is it as good as buying a new headlight? No, it isn't, unfortunately, and you're not going to get the same results. If you buy a brand new headlight, it's going to be brand new, and you can tell that this isn't. There are still some small pits, some small burrs, and a little bit of cloudiness. Now, if I had spent maybe 20, 30 more minutes sanding, you might get perfect results, or as close to perfect as can be. But all things considered, less than an hour, $20. I'd say that is what you want to be doing if you have hazy headlights. Let's get these headlights back in the car now that they've cured and see what they look like. With that all done, headlights back on, we can close her up and see how it looks. And there you have it, less than an hour of my time, $20. We've saved ourselves over $450 aside. And you can do the same. Pick up this kit at the Amazon affiliate link below and give it a go yourself. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see when those videos go live of me fixing all of these road chips. And if you haven't already, check out our first video where we reset this car back to zero by doing all the necessary maintenance. See you in the next one.